Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. I am your host Mario. This is Split Thought Gaming. That what thinking or split thought is cognitive dissonance. And what this podcast is somewhat of an in-depth review and discussion of video games and how split thought or split thinking goes into them. Now, with me here is my co-host and the founder of Split Thought Multimedia, Rico.
Hello everyone. How are we all doing today?
All right, now Rico, can you please explain to me what split thought is and how you came up with it?
Split Thought is a multimedia brand that I have started back in July 17th, 2017. And it is an interesting story how all of that started, but I'll go ahead and get into that in a bit. But just to explain about it is cognitive dissonance, aka split thinking, is the black and white thinking, which is the key in self-actualization within everyone. So if you're always thinking, if I do this, I might get a consequence, but there will be a giant reward, kind of deal, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Basically, if you go all in, you will indeed possible get a reward from it, or you will fail. But it's for those people that take that into consideration, which kind of gives everyone that success, that reward that everyone craves. Mm-hmm. So that's what my brand stands for, just to go all in or go home.
See, now I am a contributor of Split Thought. I have, put in some money to it, and personally, I do love the designs. I do love the uniqueness to it, and obviously, something happened. Anyways,
okay.
So both my wife and I have shirts from Split Thought. Only two, but I like it. Now, where did you come up with the idea for Split Thought?
So, I was actually in the 801 lab of the Imperial Valley College, and it was me and a colleague at the time that we pretty much said, here, let's start something. Mm-hmm. We didn't know what, so we met up a few times, and then his name is Anthony Villa. And
Tony?
Not that one. He was someone else. I think it was...
Was he tall? Did he have glasses?
No, he was from somewhere else.
Okay.
But he actually was... I may have said it wrong, to be honest, but
That's fine.
But basically, him and I both said we were gonna start something, and then it kind of just happened where I was just staring at a computer screen, and then I was just waiting, and then I kind of had some vision. Something was going through my mind at that time, and then I just saw the word Split Thought.
Okay. So
I tried it out, then I made a design.
And even though it's not really that big right now, and not talking about your company, I mean, Imperial Valley, we have our own Comic-Con. And
yes.
And from what I've heard and also what I've seen, you do have your own booth there and you do sell shirts. Now,
yes.
Not always, you get your right amount, but how do you feel about, I sold this many shirts, may not be what I wanted, but it's something. How do you feel about that? How do you go about, justifying that?
The way how everyone would have to see it is something kind of like you made this. This was something that you made. And some people, how should I say it? When some people buy it, it makes you happy. Mm-hmm. It makes you happy. So, I just think, it makes me happy when people buy it,
Yeah.
Because, you make that, people appreciate it, And if it's not much, just the fact that people will look at it and they say this is cool, it means a lot. It does motivate me to keep going. Mm-hmm. Now, currently, I'm needing more capital in order to make more movements. So,
I think we have a visitor.
Ooh.
Never mind.
Okay then. So, what was I saying? Oh, so yeah, it motivates me and it keeps me going because at least I know I'm still able to make
that it's something.
Yeah. Now, I can say when I'm in a much more better financial stability, there would be more of kind of a more bigger capital that I can start with.
So, in a sense, though, not to jump off topic, but in a sense, what right now, basically what you're saying to me, and from what I'm understanding, is that you're trying to be somewhat relatable. Like to the everyday person. Granted,
Yes.
granted, most people say they go for that, but you know what? It's a little. Believe it or not, it's actually really hard to pull off in a sense.
Yes.
Now, so so this is split thought gaming. Now I just want to clarify, even though I may have said it already, this is our first ever podcast. Now, so for my own gratification, in a sense, what did not necessarily convince you, but what was in your head whenever, because I did suggest this to you. Why do you think that you gave this the green light and your co-founder?
Well, I believe that split thought gaming, especially in the game world, you're always thinking that.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of game titles that demonstrate it perfectly.
Yeah, such as
well, for example.
Besides the game you're going to talk about.
Okay.
Tonight.
Okay, the game that I think is RuneScape. Now, RuneScape is a game that I played for a long time, and there is a story.
Mm-hmm.
The story is optional, but it's all about the adventure that you get from it.
Yeah.
What's really popular in it is the player killing.
Mm-hmm.
It's so satisfying when you get to destroy someone else in the game. No. I know it sounds bad. But it's just a competitive edge,
Oh, okay.
You do go all in, but you make it. You built it yourself, you know? So you go all in, and you get it, or you lose everything if you die. But it is also a split thought.
Okay, it's a split thought in the sense that you go all in it, or you may win or you may lose. That's it.
There's moments where you can. It's optional to do that, to play it that way. It is completely optional, but the option of you can either go in and get a high reward. Let's say you have a stake with someone, a dual arena stake.
All right.
You can stake them 50 million, and they stake you 50 million. You're not guaranteed to win, but you stake it.
It's something.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's kind of that moment of thinking when anyone plays that game, or you'll think, should I do it or should I not?
Okay. Now, see, not to contradict you, I'm not. See, what I see when it comes to split thought gaming itself, cognitive dissonance, do this, do that, go all in, don't go all in. For what I see it, though, it is, it's not just all in. It's not just, just win or lose. It's, to me, personally, from what my experience is, it's more like, okay, so let's say we're playing this game, do I go this way, do I go that way? Do I tell this to this NPC, or do I say, or do I be more empathetic? So for me, the game that I'm choosing to do tonight is one of my favorite games. Came out in 2003. All time best, hands down. I've bought at least 10 different copies of it, both the first one and the sequel to it. It is a BioWare game. Okay. Made by LucasArts. Now, the game itself is Star Wars. I love Star Wars. I'm a huge fan. Not as big as some other people, but you know what? The game itself is Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic. It won Game of the Year several times, especially 2003. The sequel had a better story, but the first one was it was, to me, a masterpiece. Now, see, when this game, the reason why I picked this one for Split Thought is because of this. It's that, right after, spoilers, by the way, even though it's like, it's a 17-year-old game, still, in case anybody who hasn't played it, I recommend you buy it. You can buy it on Xbox Store for $10 or buy it on Steam for $10. But personally, split thinking, cognitive dissonance to me in this game is almost immediately after the prologue, after the tutorial in a sense. It's, when you get off the Endar Spire, it's the ship you start on. You're an unknown character, you're a soldier, a scoundrel, or I believe it's a scout, right? Now, you're an unknown person, you male or female, whatever you choose. Now, when you get off the Endar Spire, you go to the first world. It's right below you because your ship's being attacked. You go. It's called Terrace. It's an aristocracy kind of a place. There's different not classes. Classes. Upper class, lower class, middle class. Right now, so the first thing you do is you leave your apartment with your other character who is he helps you. Now, when you first get out, you see an alien. I can't remember their names. I think it's called Zug. It's Zhug, being interrogated by a Sith patrol. Now, this isn't the Sith like the movies where it's like, oh, it's Emperor Palpatine or Darth Vader or whatever. It takes place 4,000 years before the movies. Now, the great thing about that, it's so expensive. Anyways, I'm getting off topic. I'm a huge fan. As you can tell. Anyways, so the Sith in the game, they're not just two people. It's a whole empire. It's at war. There's Jedi, Dark Jedi, but they're not called Sith until this character now. So Sith Patrol, interrogating them, accusing them, calling them spies. Now, when you first encounter them, you have a choice. You have three choices of what to tell them. You can tell them, what, shut up and die, Sith scum. You can, defend the aliens, or you just say, I don't care, and try to walk away. Now, honestly, you can't really walk away. You have no choice in that part. But the options of the dialogue. Now, so, you have to fight the guy, you have to kill him and his two droids. Now, here's the split thought here to me. For you, it's go all in. For me, it's like, do I do this or do I do that? Now, you can be a good guy. Basically, it's like the dark side, light side thing, right? Now, you can be a good guy and say, get out of here. It's free. Don't worry about it. You can be the, kind of not a dick, but, like in the middle. Like, oh, okay, whatever.
Yeah.
Or you're the bottom choice, which I don't remember how exactly the bottom choice was, but I think you can tell me, you know what? Get the hell out of my face and give me your money, or I'll kill you. You do that. Now, see, those right there, those are your three choices.
Yeah.
That, to me, is your split thought. That right there is a perfect explanation of split thought in gaming itself. Like, choice one, choice A, B, or C. In this game, oh my god, I love this game. And this happens throughout the entire game. And the game, you can beat it in 6 hours, I believe. But if you're like me and you explore, you have that little split thought of, do I explore or I just try to continue the story? Now, the first planet doesn't really give you too much of a choice. You can explore, but at the same time, you can choose, okay, I know I have to do this, but I can also go in these places and see what I can loot from here. Who can I fight here? Like, you have a choice when you first, after that encounter. You can be a ring fighter. Now, you don't have to be, but like, okay, do I just continue the story, or do I, do I be a ring fighter and get some extra experience, get some extra money for the game itself?
Yeah.
So, like, right there, split thinking in and of itself right there. Continue the story, or, divvy off for the main path and, okay, make some money, get some experience.
Yeah.
Or, and also there's another mini game called Pazog. It's basically blackjack. Do I do this? Do I do the championships? Or do I just continue the story? Now, personally for me, I did all of it. I looked for every little thing. I did everything I could do. I helped who I could. Okay. 9 times out of 10, I don't do the good thing. I like being evil. I like being the dark side. Because to me, okay, fine. How about this? Better explanation, I like being the dark side because the powers are better. However, for some reason, I don't know why, I have to be both in another BioWare title, Mass Effect, and also Star Wars. I have to be a female. Why? I don't know. Something about the story itself, just like, to me, it just like, okay, like yeah, the girl being a fucking badass, excuse my language, but being a badass, and like, I'll take no crap from anybody. You know what? You mess with me, you're gone. That, to me, is a better story. Because, you know what? We don't really see that in media nowadays. Unless, some movies, like, what's it called? Atomic Blonde? And Lucy is another one. But not too many of them. Except for the only other case besides that is, like, oh, the girl survives by chance by being the survivor girl, which is in every single horror movie, right? Yeah. Or most of them. But to me, it has a more compelling story to it. Now, this is where I'm getting into both split thinking and also my review of it. In and of itself. Now, to me, I love this. Again, I can't keep repeating this. I love this game. Now, this game to me is the epitome of Star Wars in and of itself. The story, the aliens, the characters, the dialogue, everything, even the cutscenes, even the music. The music can be haunting sometimes. Like, yeah, some of it comes from the movies. Like one of the soundtracks that are on there, it's like the Sith theme, right? Like Emperor Palpatine. But there's a planet that you go to where the music is just, yeah, it's a peaceful planet, but you can tell like with the music, there's something not quite. How do I say it? It's not quite shit. I lost my word. I had it. It's basically it's not all sunshine and rainbows.
Yeah.
On this planet, like it has like the soundtrack has like a little the song for it has like a little like oh like there's something a little bit wrong here.
Yeah.
Now, you can choose to find out what that is. You don't have to, but you can. Which is again right there. Split thinking. Do I just continue the story or do I just do I do everything? To me, I love doing everything. It's and not just that. Every single thing you do, that's like on our planet. Like do I explore? Do I do the main path? But whenever you explore, and you have the options to do this or that and this, it has more examples of split thinking. Like, for example, I'm not really going to get too much of spoilers, but, somebody loses their droid. When you find out the story about the droid, it's a little... You can figure out when you read the dialogue and hear it. Now, here's the messed up part. You find the droid, right? Now, what the droid tells you, it's a little bit messed up. And here's the choice. You have three choices. Make him go back to his owner. Kill him and tell him... Or no, sorry. Leave him alive. No, I'm sorry. Kill him and tell his owner that he was destroyed by animals. Or, now here's my favorite one, because it's a dick move. You tell the robot, oh, I'm going to kill you. But I'm also going to tell your owner that you're still out there and make her go searching for you. And, make her even more stressed out, more like what the hell? Like oh, I'm going to go crazy looking for my droid. Like, you can make her go do that by killing the droid and telling his owner that, oh, he's still out there. I couldn't find him, though, but good luck. You can make... Right. It's messed up, right? Now, but the game just has so many more examples. I can go even into more detail. Like, I can take every single planet. The good thing I like about this game, though, for the current gen, if you buy it for Xbox One, like I said, $10. But on the original Xbox, if you remember Xbox Live, you had to connect your Ethernet cable to it. Okay,
yeah.
Remember how there was very rare times to get DLC?
Yeah.
Check this out. The DLC for the original Xbox, the Xbox Classic as people call it now, it was an extra planet. Well, somewhat. Space station above a planet. Now, in the new... Like, you could only get it for the original game on the Xbox. You could not... If you didn't have the original Xbox, you could not get it. Even if you downloaded it and you put your game into a 360, couldn't get it. But for the Xbox One, it automatically comes with that DLC. Now, this game is amazing. You go to Terrace. You hear about it in the comic books. That's about it, and some regular novels and some books like that. Now, it's the story of that planet is messed up. It's sad, right? And then there's an MMO, online multiplayer thing,
Yeah.
or massive multiplayer online thing. Yeah, you go back to that planet in there, but it's the story. It just gets worse. Now, the second planet you go to is Dantooine. So Dantooine, people say, oh, it's the laziest name for a planet, because the sand planet Tatooine, which is Darth Vader's home planet, right? Now, Dantooine, people said, oh, it's a stupid name, but if you rewatch A New Hope, right, Princess Leia, how they're trying to endear her to get to the secret base of the rebels.
Yeah.
The name that she gives up is Dantooine.
Oh, really?
So it's already somewhat connects to the movies itself, which I love. And obviously, you go to Tatooine, which is the sand planet where everyone knows where Darth Vader's from. So that you go there too. But it's a little more expensive, obviously, because you can actually play it. And there's swoop racing. Oh no, I haven't told you about swoop racing, right?
No.
Swoop racing is basically it's just drag racing, but it's 1% at a time. But you're like on like a hover bike type of thing, and I love it. Right, it's hard. It's so hard. Like every single planet you go to, besides one, has a swoop racing segment, and it just gets better. You even have to deal with huts. Like Jabba the Hutt.
Mm-hmm.
You got to deal with his ancestors, which I love. But then you also have to go to Corbin. Now, the name Corbin is a little up there, because in the novels and the comic books, it is the home planet of the Sith, not the like the movies like Palpatine, this and that. It's actually the Sith were actually a race. They were red people with tentacles, right? But you don't know that until the online game and until the my favorite book from Star Wars is called Revan. Just called Revan.
Revan.
Yeah, read it. It's good. It's fucking amazing. Now,
Revan.
and then you go to Manon. Manon is it's a water planet, right? And it's beautiful, especially when you get into modding. Which modding, it's a whole other topic. We're not gonna talk about that right now. But with modding, you can do so much more. But there's like you can add so much shit to it, dude. It's not even funny. Now Manon is beautiful. Like basically the people there are basically like fish people, not like the character from the main movies, Admiral Akbar. Not like that. I mean, they look like they were sharks at one point, which is cool. And you also go to Kashyyyk. Do you know what Kashyyyk is?
No.
You remember Chewbacca?
Oh yeah.
His home planet.
Oh, okay.
And oh my god, it's beautiful in its own way. It's like nothing but forest. And like really tall trees, right? You can't see the ground, but you can eventually go to it. Now, so I said Terrace, I said Dantooine, I said Corbin, I said Manon, and I said Kashyyyk. So those are the 5 planets you can actually travel to. Now, the last one, it's just called Unknown World. There's a name for it in the comic books, but for the purpose of the game, you don't know what it's called. But there's a racer called Rakatans who were a force-sensitive race. Just all of them were force sensitive, but they didn't actually know how to. But because their empire got so great, they actually lost their way. Now, this game is to me better than the movies in that there's no Death Star, nothing that the planet is destroying, right? But there is a space station called the Star Forge. Now, what the Star Forge does, it's basically sucking energy from a star, and it creates ships. It creates almost indestructible droids. It corrupts people the longer you're on there, right? And that's like the final showdown. But there's a twist in the game I will not spoil because it is awesome. It's to me it's better than I Am Your Father. That moment where Luke, Luke and Vader, it's better than that. It really is. And the ending, obviously you can get the good ending or the bad ending, but obviously because of Star Wars, the canon ending is the light side ending. And it's okay.
Yeah.
But and I'll talk about the sequel in a different video. Sorry, podcast. But the sequel, it's better, and the cool thing about it is it did somewhat in a sense of what Mass Effect does, where the game doesn't carry over your save like Mass Effect does, but what you did in the first game can actually somewhat, you can choose to make it affect the second game.
Really?
Yes, and
That's
the
cool.
second game is, there's not as many planets, but it is, the story in and of itself is better, right?
Yeah.
And also in this game, the first game, you can get a regular lightsaber. You can get, spoiler. You can get a lightsaber. You can get a short saber, which is the same one, just shorter. And then you can get, like Darth Maul, the double-sided saber.
Yeah.
And you can get basically the regular colors, red, blue, green, and yellow. Well, yellow's somewhat of a mystery, except for this. And you can get purple too, but purple you have to actually find. The second game, obviously, there's more choices. But to me personally, this is the best game, and it does have so much of cognitive dissonance in this game. Because there is so much you can do. There's so much you can explore. You can kill this person, or you can save this person. You can fight a Rancor, and what a Rancor is, do you remember in the Return of the Jedi, that big ass monster thing that Luke killed with a fucking door? You fight one of those, or actually, no, you fight several of those. But the first one you have to actually either sneak past it or kill it. Killed it. But like I said, to me this whole part is just split thinking in and of itself. Like I said, this will be both a split thought explanation, but also a review. And to me personally, that this game is a perfect example of split thought.
Yeah, it sounds like it, dude.
Like I said, I recommend you play this game. But
Honestly,
it's $10.
yeah.
You can even get it on your phone for $10. Granted,
Even on your phone.
yes, you can get it on your phone. It's it was converted by Aspire
Okay.
Media.
Okay.
No, we're not sponsored. Damn it. They need to come out with the second one bad for the mobile.
That just trips me out though, because yes, like split thinking, like, you can. Let me see here now. Let me double check, ensure that. Okay, still recording. Excuse me. So
We'll edit that out, or you'll edit that out.
yeah. So anyways, as I was saying, so like in a lot of games, especially like split thinking can be like as if
It can be any number of things. Any number of things. It could be it could be the choices you make, or like, you know what, like, okay, I'm gonna get this gun, or I'm gonna get this knife, or I'm gonna get this ammo, or maybe I'll just save my money for later, or maybe I'll just explore that later, or maybe it'll be better.
Resident Evil is another one.
Yes.
Another example.
Now that one we'll get into a different game. And
Yes.
different podcast, sorry.
Oh yes.
Now, but personally, the one I think we should do, maybe it's a little bit of a hint to it. I'm not sure, but maybe the next one we'll do won't be the first or second one, but it'll be the third one.
Yes. Yes, I kind of want to play that.
Well, dude, you have my PS. Oh wait, you were saying you're playing it the other day. You were using it with my PS3.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Yeah. I've been playing it, dude.
I was like, wait, hang on. Wait, I don't remember you saying you had it. I'm like, oh wait, no, you have my PS3. I forgot.
Yeah.
Oh, also, I want to clarify. This is not strictly, like, a lot of people like to do this. This is not strictly an Xbox, Microsoft podcast. This is not a Sony, PlayStation, or PlayStation podcast specifically. This is anything. This is PC, Xbox, Microsoft. Shit, we'll even go, again, excuse my language, we'll even go back to freaking NES to SNES.
Yeah.
Like, SNES had something of Mana, Secrets of Mana, I think.
Secrets of Mana.
And that's basically like a rip off Final Fantasy, but still, it's we'll do N64, Banjo-Kazooie.
Yes,
dude. Yes,
and we could even do Assassin's Creed.
That'll be your thing. I'm not.
Oh, okay.
A Assassin's Creed fan. Don't get me wrong.
Okay.
No, that's my wife. I'm not really into it. No.
Okay.
Or like I said, we will. PC, any kind of console, we'll do it. Also, eventually, we will have a Patreon up. Now, from what this is just a rough draft right here, right?
Yeah.
Even though, fuck it. Podcast. We'll just tell the listeners about it now. So Patreon.
Yeah.
We don't have one yet, but hopefully we'll have one up and running soon.
Yeah.
Now we will have tiers where we will have $2 a month, just $2 a month. That's what, 50 cents a week. No, it's not. It's 25 cents a week. Whatever. $2 a month.
Yeah, you said 50 cents a week. Yeah.
Yeah. $2. Yeah, it's funny. I'm better at math too, but yeah. So $2. So $2 a month, 50 cents a week. Nothing. We're not gonna ask you for like $100, like a lot of people do. Now, so that will get. So that will, to me, that will get you, our podcast, and also we'll do a special, like, no holds bar podcast later on where we'll actually get not necessarily more in depth, but just like shoot the shit basically.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So we'll get you both 2 podcasts for $2 per month. It's not bad.
Oh, yeah.
Now, and personally, to me, what I think maybe we'll do later on, like we'll do a $5 one where you get this. So you get this podcast, you get the exclusive one, but you'll also get them a few days earlier than most, right?
Yeah.
And now, personally, we'll work on it later on, but we'll do a $10 one, which I personally think, because like I said, you're good with drawing and uniqueness, right?
Yeah.
So what I think we do for $10 ones, you get the podcast, you'll get the exclusive one, you'll get it early, and you'll also get it. You'll also get a T-shirt.
Yeah.
Now, when I say T-shirt, I do mean T-shirt. You'd have to mail us your size. We'll send it to your post office. We won't send it to your actual address because we respect privacy.
Yeah.
Now,
definitely.
your designs, they're beautiful. Like I said earlier, I remember you telling me a while back that
there's a helicopter.
oh, helicopter, yeah, of course, yeah. We live pretty close to a National Guard,
a naval base.
Naval
yeah,
base.
So like they practice out here.
Yeah,
all the
they
time.
really do. Like we see the Blue Angels out here all the damn time.
Dude, you know what? Like
Now,
they're cool with it, whatever.
Yeah. I was like, oh, it's fine. We won't bug them at all. You know.
Sure,
But
yeah.
except like I was saying, your designs, dude.
Yes.
They're beautiful. They're amazing. They're unique.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember you telling me a few weeks ago, before we even had this idea of the podcast, that you sold out of a box in less than a few hours one time.
Yeah.
Right? And you sold for like what, $5 each? Right? Is that what you told me?
Yeah. That's not
See,
$5
that's not
each.
bad.
That's not bad.
But then with the Patreon though, the $10 one, yeah, I get it. It's $5 more. Yeah. But you know, you do get your stuff early. You know, and eventually we will have higher tiers.
Mm-hmm.
But you know, and we're not asking you for. You don't have to support us. But, you know, it does help us get it to you faster, and then you get some stuff in return. You know, now we won't do the podcast every single week. Well, maybe we'll see. Depends on our schedules. You know, we both have jobs. We have other jobs. Yeah. So if you find us on Spotify, subscribe. Like it. If you find us on Facebook, and it's just recording. Yeah. Yeah. You find us on there. Tell your friends. Eventually, not right now, but eventually, we will do actual not face to face, but like recording, an actual video recording episode too.
Yeah.
Now, is there anything you want to say?
So what I want to say is this: to everyone that has kept up with us, gotta give a huge apologies for the lack of content, and for right now, just been trying to get out there into the public more. But I do have news. I am working on a new design that I'm going to probably release closer to the summer. And keep an eye out for a possible 2-piece bikini for the summer. Now,
I do know I did actually give you a little idea of it, but what about us, the gaming?
Yes.
Like I don't want to tell them what it is, although I do like it. Obviously, even though I thought of it, I'm not trying to be conceited, but yes. I think we should make those exclusive. Basically exclusively to the STG listeners.
Yes. Yes.
And and also you can find Rico's Facebook. Just look him up on Split Thought, and you'll find his thing. You can ask him questions. Also, we will be taking questions and comments on Patreon once we actually get it up and running. Mm-hmm. Now, the Patreon doesn't have to get you the questions and comments, but we'll still take them. We'll go through them. We'll let you know what we're we'll let you know.
Yeah.
But the Patreon does get you not necessarily a guaranteed spot, but it has a better chance of it.
Yeah, it gives you a reputation. Oh wait, whoa.
No, not reputation.
No. Reputation.
No.
Just
a better chance.
Yeah,
that's what yeah. Now, so we will be doing this at least once a week. Mm-hmm. So it'll be any random day, but we'll try to get them out by the end of the week. What's today? Tuesday? So you'll probably be listening to this on Thursday. Thursday? Yeah, you can have
latest Friday.
Latest Friday, yeah. You'll at least have it by Friday. At least every Friday. Mm-hmm.
What if I just post this like right now on Tuesday?
It's a little late, dude. Well, at least for us, it's a little late.
Yes.
Now, I don't even know what time it is. Mm-hmm. But yeah, we will be. Like I said, we'll be doing this once a week. Basically, we're making 2 podcasts a week. We're gonna do this and then the No Holds Bar.
Oh yeah, that's true.
But that one we can wait for that one for a little bit.
Yeah.
But yeah.
All right.
Thanks for listening, I guess.
So I just want to say thank you everyone for your time. Hope you enjoyed your coffee, midnight snack, whatever,
I haven't finished my coffee yet, dude.
Oh man, I enjoyed mine. Your coffee, it works. I don't know what it is, man, but it makes progress. So everyone have a wonderful day, evening, night. Best of luck to all your achievements. And now, Mario.
Screw you, man. You took my line.
Oh, what? Damn it.
You're a dick, dude.
I was just trying.
You stole my thing. You took... You know what? You know what? Fine, I'll give it to you. I'll do the introduction.
No, go
You know,
ahead.
this is a rough draft. You know,
Yeah.
we will be posting this. But, you know, this
Yeah.
is our first episode, so it is basically a rough draft.
Yeah.
Screw you, you dick. You took my introduction and made it into your ending. You
No,
outro,
no.
you dick, dude. You're not cool.
No, I was just trying to introduce you.
Oh,
and
introduce me.
Yeah, I was trying to say like, and Mario, go ahead. Like, yeah.
Dude, I introduced myself in the beginning.
No, well, like introduce you to the ending. Like you close it out.
Yeah, you close it out for me, you dick.
Oh, I fucked up.
No, but, you know.
Sorry, dude. No.
You know, we're still being recorded. But, you know, honestly, right now, I don't care. I'm having fun. Dude, that's what I'll... Let's just out there. All right, we'll see you guys next time.
Yeah, you know what? It's just yeah, go ahead.